dropped to the surface in a
I don't
bundle?
know.
Or
That sounds incredibly uncomfortable. Do you think they're going to have celebrities? Do you think they'll have
Well,
celebrities going there with G4s and such? You
yeah, I don't
know, with
know.
their private planes, maybe landing like on Antarctica to help the environment.
That could happen. There is also going to be a band comprised of scientists, excuse me, that are going to provide the music. So that would be interesting in and of itself, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I want to go where Farnell's going to be because I can't get enough of that song "Happy." So maybe I should figure out where he's going to be.
no, it's his name is not Farnell.
Oh, it's not Farnell.
Those are
Well,
those
what
are
is it?
two R's. It's not an
Oh,
RN. It's
Farrell.
two R's.
Wait,
It's
wait, 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 wait,
Pharrell.
wait. When did he
Pharrell.
leave Jane's Addiction?
Hmm?
No, that's Perry Farrell. That's a different. Okay, we need to have a little
Oh,
bit of a musical conversation. Perry Farrell was the lead singer for Jane's Addiction.
right.
Pharrell is the black dude that sang "Happy," and also he did with Daft Punk the "Get Lucky" song, which is my particular favorite of his.
So he's got two songs ready to go for this concert.
Get Lucky and Happy. And speaking of Get Lucky, my
Yes.
girlfriend and I were discussing where we would want to go
Too much information. Please.
Yes.
Yes.
to see this concert, and she wants to go to Sydney to hear it. So, what are your thoughts overall, Phyllis, about the seven continents singing in unison for the sake of global climate change?
I think it will probably fix the problem. It may actually. The awareness will be raised to such a level that the raising awareness will actually cool the temperature down and stop global warming. I think there's scientific evidence that raising awareness actually fixes things. So there must be something to do with the raising of the awareness factor and the lowering of the CO2. But I'm not a scientist, so
Well, maybe a kind of a conscious mind over matter thing. You may be onto something here.
yeah. Well, I think if you want it bad enough, just like certain economic systems, if you want it bad enough, it's just going to happen.
Because that's fair. Yes, I think you might be right.
Yeah. I think my kids wish certain things. Well, if I had children, but when I have children, they're going to wish certain things, and they're going to
Well,
make it so because they want it to be so.
well, let's stop there for just a second. Okay, so
Yes.
I'm not sure all of the folks know where you are in your, let's call it a procedure transition, if you will.
Well, yeah.
So I'm thinking about if
still,
that happens, when that happens. No, I'm being positive. When that happens,
yes.
the having children part.
Yeah.
Have you thought of that
Well,
too?
there's no end. I was going to do the adopt a child, from
Yeah.
some refugee camp type tour, which I think the celebrities have. You got that going on, but overall, I don't know if I really want kids, to be completely honest, because they're kind of messy. So
Yeah.
I think I'm okay. I'm not entirely sure if the operation that I'm going to, Hombres No Mas, which I don't know if your listeners remember that. That's the place I'm going for my procedure, where you're just going to bring the X-Acto knife and the duct tape.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It
don't
was a
know. I
Groupon
don't know if
thing,
that's
right?
going to, huh?
It was a Groupon thing, right?
It was no Living Social, but
Of course.
you know.
Well, you know what?
But,
I did want to pull, if you wouldn't mind, Phyllis, I do want to pull on the thread, taking a step back for a second to what you just mentioned. The importance in terms of actually affecting real change across the globe of
Yes.
the process of merely raising awareness. There are people that think that it takes more than just awareness raising for change to be made.
But that doesn't make any sense. Then what about all these ribbons people have? I mean, doesn't that fix the problem? I mean, I thought the breast cancer was cured now because we got that pink ribbon.
That's a good point.
What are you trying to tell me?
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that there are people that would say, and this is what I was hoping to give you a chance to respond to. There are people that would say that merely raising awareness is insufficient to affect whatever change is intended.
Well, they're fools, clearly. Because obviously raising awareness is an end in of itself. In fact, I have a campaign that I'm hoping to get started to raise awareness for raising awareness. And then this way,
genius.
we're going to have a campaign. We're going to have a concert. Hopefully, I'm just thinking of it just now. So envisioning it. We're going to have a concert to raise awareness about raising awareness. And I think
that's
we
a
could
great
probably
idea.
get literally every celebrity to sign on board to that. So now,
Okay, I
geez,
have
my
to
brain's
write that
going here. I
down
got to
because,
work on this.
Oh my gosh, that's so perfect.
Well, yeah. Now I got to work on that after I book my trip to. But I don't know. Where do you think Fiarno? What is his name again? Farnell?
Farrell.
Farrell. Where do you think?
Farrell.
Where's your bet that he's going to be performing in?
Yeah,
Because
I don't
there's
know.
7 continents, including I think there's Mexico, Hawaii.
Well, okay,
Gosh,
they're talking about.
There's
let's back.
Cleveland.
Okay.
I'm just trying to name all the continents.
Okay, Phyllis, let's back up the bus just a second. Okay, 7 continents. All right.
Yeah.
Hawaii and Mexico are not continents, nor is Cleveland.
They're not? Okay, all right.
Okay, so you're going to have to pick from places
what about Ohio?
No, you're going to have to pick from places like it's going to be in Sydney, Australia. We talked about Antarctica. You have South Africa. Of course, you have North America, South America, Asia, Europe. Okay, so you got to kind of hone in your thought process to one of those continents.
Well, it really depends on where in Europe it's going to be, because my preference would be Bulgaria, but I don't know if they're going to do a concert in Bulgaria.
No, it's going to be in Paris.
It is the Paris of Eastern Europe.
Okay, so you don't tell him Paris, because first he goes to Paris. When he tried to go to Paris last time, he goes to Paris, California. Then apparently you next went to Paris, Texas. So by the time you actually get to Paris, France, you may have actually missed.
That's why I'm reluctant. There's too many Parises, and I may get confused again.
Right.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to have to cross Paris off the list and hope it's at one of those other locations. Like, what was that, South America? There's a South America now.
There is, I think it's in Rio, yes.
Yeah.
And then the in Africa, it's going to be in Cape Town.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be in South Africa, the continent.
Well, South Africa is part.
Wait. And is there a North Africa continent?
South Africa.
Because there's a South America, North America. So if there's a South Africa, there's got to be a North Africa continent.
See, but as opposed to North America and South America, Africa is Africa, but they just kind of name a country. South Africa is actually a country, Phyllis, in Africa. So no, you got to stick with.
It's not a continent.
No, you got to stick with Cape Town if you're going there.
Oh wow! So there's not going to be a Guyana concert then?
No,
because we're already doing South Africa.
Dude.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense then.
Dude,
okay, well, I gotta get busy on this
raising
raising awareness. So I'm gonna let you guys go. But I'll let you know when we have a band lineup and a celebrity endorsements and such.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know for housing, but I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's something that has to happen.
Okay, Phyllis.
Hey, have a great day, guys.
All right, have a good weekend, brother, sister.
Thanks for calling in, sister.
Okay, so raising awareness about raising awareness is the funniest thing I've heard of all day.
Seeing as brilliant as Phyllis is on things like that, dude, I'm still pretty not sure that we got through to her what the continents are.
And I get it. There's a North America and a South America. Why not a North Africa if there already is a South Africa? I mean, it's that's a mistake, especially if you're confusing Pharrell with Perry Farrell.
Well, I guess and yeah, Paris, California, Paris, Texas with Paris, France. So we need to think of Phyllis's reasoning and logic within that context.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
All right, well, that's good. Hey, so right before we came on, man, I was mentioning Elizabeth Warren. You want to
Mhm.
talk about that for a few minutes before we go off to the break?
Well, yeah, this
All
is
right,
who
so
says it's charters, isn't it?
yeah, Justin Charters put it up. And here's the title of the article. This went up a few hours ago. Senator Elizabeth Warren goes after drug companies with her own version of "You didn't build that." President Obama's campaign quote, "You didn't build that," from what, 2012.
Right.
She was at the Families USA's Health Action Conference, and she was talking about how taxpayers have helped make pharmaceutical companies bigger successes. Here's what she said: drug companies make great contributions, but so do taxpayers. In other words, we built those medical innovations together. Put simply, the astonishing scientific and financial successes of the pharmaceutical industry have been built on a foundation of taxpayer investment.
Hmm.
Now, I'm not sure what bothers me more, the fact that she could say that, or the fact that everybody in the crowd cheered her.
Well, yeah, but it's one and the same to me. I mean, because they pack these. It's just like when Obama, goes out on tour, speaks to college campuses, adoring students. So, yeah, I'm not. I mean, they birds of a feather.
Right. Well, here's the thing: is her. I think she has a fundamental misunderstanding about the free market and entrepreneurship. Um, Here's something that she said a couple of years ago. I think the basic notion is right. Nobody got rich on their own. Nobody. People worked hard. They built a business. God bless. But they moved their goods on roads. The rest of us helped build. They hired employees. The rest of us helped educate. They plugged into a power grid. The rest of us helped build. So, Liz Warren, to me, in both of these statements, she's one of these people that you could ignore every single word she says that come in front of the word but. The word the words that follow the word but tells you everything you need to know. In this case, um, so do taxpayers, or but uh, but nobody got rich on their own. I mean, it's a fundamental misunderstanding. I mean, the fact that everybody is involved in that doesn't mean that they participate in the innovations and the growth of the company. That's a misunderstanding
Of course it is.
of that's a description of opportunity. That is not a description of ownership in the culmination of some sort of business idea, Mike.
No, there's no question. And you know what excuse me, when I read this headline, without scrolling down to the bottom, the headline it's not misleading. I'm not sure that Justin wrote it, but it's almost as if that, she comes up with this idea of you didn't build that after Obama. And in fact, and I was thinking about these comments about the roads and so forth before I actually scrolled down and saw that they were included in this post. But she made those comments prior to Obama's "you didn't build that" comment. And of course, I mean, there's lots of flaws or flies in the ointment there. But the people who built the roads, they couldn't buy clothes, or the chain goes on forever if someone else didn't do that for them. I mean, that's just part of an economy. It's just these people are, you can't convince them of anything. And
No.
I tell you, I get, well, like my head wants to explode because, the audiences are packed with lemmings who believe and hang on every word they say. Speaking of hanging on words, I can't believe it, dude. We got burned through 3/4 of the show already, and we are coming up on the bottom of the hour. So this is Mike Miller and Michael Housen on The Right Mics. Come back and ring us up if you want to. Don't go away.